So much has happened in the Big Brother 26 house over the past day and a half since my last video. And I think it's because officially everyone is finally playing. And over the past few weeks, that's been the one thing annoying me more and more is that it's taken too many people to stop being non-players. But slowly Rubina started to play more. And then slowly MJ started to play more, albeit very terribly. But she's actually become rather entertaining over the past week with her terrible gameplay. And then finally, these past few days, with Cam and Leah both finally clocking in to play the game, it's really made the last day and a half very enjoyable on feeds. And I think I can officially say this is my favorite season in a very long time on this show. There's been a lot of downs. There's been a lot of non-players. But now that we're finally at the halfway point, the last day and a half brought back the feeling of why I actually enjoy competition reality shows, competition reality games, and why Big Brother can be great. It is when so many different players are doing their different things the way they want to do them. It actually becomes this highly dynamic game, and you can see, oh, there's drama happening over there. Oh, what's gonna happen over here? Everyone kind of finally adding to the mix is when Big Brother can be great, and the past day and a half has been great. It all really started with Angela's paranoia, of course, which is, it happens after she doesn't sleep, and she had to do that punishment where she was up all night, and after that she started spiraling over Tucker. But it really started with Chelsea. Chelsea started the ball rolling, getting into MJ and Leah's heads that Tucker needs to go, and pushing MJ to talk to Angela about Tucker. About 2 nights ago, I believe, is when MJ and Angela first had a conversation about Tucker, and I think that is when the ball started to roll in Angela's mind about Tucker. I really thought that Tucker saving Angela with the veto a few weeks ago was one of the only things that could keep Angela from spiraling over an ally. Because we saw earlier in the season, the closer anybody got to Angela, she spiraled over them. She's constantly spiraled over the people that have tried to help her in this game, this being no different. So she went yesterday afternoon to MJ, Leah, and Quinn about wanting to take Tucker out of this game. Now, of course, MJ is on the block, so she ran this information back to HOH T-Core, and Quinn is in the visionaries with T-Core and Chemo, so he ran this information back to T-Core. I think another reason that Angela got put up on the block in the end here this week is because her pitch to T-Core was about how she needs to not put up Leah. Leah can't be the one to go up. The problem for Angela in that scenario is that T-Core was down to either putting up Leah or Angela. So, Angela, she's really been a really bad player this season, amongst a lot of bad gameplay. I still don't think she's as bad as Quinn, personally, but she has to be down there with him on the who's the worst player of the season board. Where Leah is concerned, her finally clocking into play is her clocking into play on a strategic level. Because where Cam was, he was just trying to remain this non-target. And I think that's why he went so long without truly playing the game. He was trying to go way under the radar, and he succeeded in doing so. But in doing so, he totally forgot to play the social game. So he let a lot of his connections go over the past week. It didn't help that a lot of his connections were also voted out of the game the last 2 weeks. With Leah, though, she's always had a social game. It's just that she's never used her social game to actually help herself in this game until now. And you can argue, I guess, that she hasn't really needed to use her social game because she hasn't really been in trouble until this week. But it's good to see her actually utilize her social game because she's been very good at getting information. People give Leah information. Where she goes wrong is she usually throws those people that give her information under the bus. And she did basically still do that over the past day and a half, especially throwing Quinn under the bus a lot, who's, of course, being the big simp, trying to help her out. But she also threw Joseph under the bus. It's giving anyone but me, which is a good strategy in this game. Anyone could go on the block except for her. Good for Leah. I have to give her some props in her gameplay over the past couple days. The first time she's actually used gameplay was in the past couple days, but I'll give her credit for doing so. What was keeping T-Core back from nominating Angela was the 6th Avenue Alliance because she was in an alliance with Angela, even though it was a pretty fake alliance from the get-go, with Angela begging to be in that alliance. Even if she was at the bottom, of course, one of the things that was bothering Angela today was that she was on the bottom of the alliance, but, she was begging to be at the bottom of that alliance. I mean, I guess you could say that's Angela being Angela, but on a game level, it's just pure stupidity. Now, T-Core never really had an official alliance with Leah, which is why she, for a while yesterday, was still leaning towards putting up Leah. And that's where another reason Leah's game has gone wrong. Yeah, she has all these social connections. She has people simping for her all over the place, but she never uses that to her advantage in this game by creating the Leah cult that she could actually create with at least Joseph and Quinn. But she has others fighting for her in this game too. A lot of people are fighting for Leah over a number, I believe. And as I think I said yesterday, I don't know if that's the smartest thing because Leah throws all of her numbers under the bus, but it's working for Leah right now. So I have to, once again, give Leah props that her social game carried her through this week, not getting put on the block. Now, Tucker's been doing a lot of talking since last week when he was HOH. He overplayed last week, as I talked about. I was unsure that it would actually come back to bite him in the ass because so many people were playing so passive. But now that everyone is playing the game, it has come back to bite him in the ass because Leah was telling T-Core that Tucker was one of the people that ratted out the original Tucker T-Core alliance, the 5-point alliance. And then Chemo ratted out Leah to Tucker that Leah told T-Core about that. So Tucker was talking too much. It came back to bite him in the ass. Another thing biting Tucker in the ass is him being the AI instigator. He's played that all wrong. I guess, pointing out the whole showmance between he and Rubina was a way for he and Rubina to be out there with the showmance kind of more publicly, but it has put bigger targets on both of their backs. Mostly with Lee and MJ, of course, because last week they really thought they still had a chance with Tucker. They were all up in his HOH room because he was lying to them that he and Rubina were like brother and sister. But now he just outed himself as a liar with the AI instigator, and it has painted this bigger target on him while he's on the block. So Tucker, with this bold gameplay, it comes back to bite him in the ass a lot, though. But that's, I guess, what happens when you take risks. So far, he's been able to get his way out of problems with all this risk-taking because of his comp ability. But that could catch up with him. Could catch up with him this week. So then, after Quinn and MJ ratted out what Angela said to himself, well, Angela told MJ, Leah, and Quinn that she wanted to take out Tucker. T-Core told Quinn that he should be the one to tell Tucker because Quinn was afraid that if anyone else did it, that Tucker would be paranoid about Quinn, which was right by Quinn. So Quinn did tell Tucker. Tucker, of course, was feeling some kind of way about it last night. And the first thing he did when he woke up today was confront Angela about what happened. I think Tucker actually does feel hurt about Angela doing this to him because he did go out of his way with the veto to save her. And Tucker has truly been the only person in that house that has consistently tried to keep Angela close and tried to play with Angela. What has happened over the past 2 days is that Chelsea has manipulated MJ and Leah to not only once again be closer to Chelsea, but to go after Tucker, be against Tucker, and in doing so, Chelsea got MJ to have these conversations with Angela, which sent Angela spiraling, and then Angela was basically played by MJ because MJ was one of the people that ratted out what Angela said about getting out Tucker to T-Core. And the truth is, MJ is one of the biggest haters of Angela in that house. Since the feeds first came on, MJ's been saying Angela needs to get out of that house. So Angela has been played by MJ, even though MJ is getting played by Chelsea. But, I mean, if you're getting played by MJ, you're doing something really wrong in that house. So, Angela, you kind of suck at this game. And she should be embarrassed, honestly. You're getting played by MJ. It's really embarrassing by Angela. So, yeah, that kind of is what got Angela put up on the block today, even though Tucker still wanted T-Core to put up Leah, because I think Tucker does kind of realize that Leah is a threat to his game now because he threw himself under the bus with the AI instigator. People's mistakes in this season keep catching up to them. Some of them have been able to get their way out of it, like Quinn, because as terrible as a game as Quinn has played, Quinn does have a decent social game. He has created connections with the right people, and that right people really is Tico and Chemo. Somebody in the comments last night, sorry I don't remember your name, but I will shout out your comment because talking about how Chemo and Tico are the unlikely powerhouse in the house this season and kind of pulling the strings from the background, I guess, until this week because Tico actually has power, and that's true. And the fact that they want to continue to be close to Quinn is helping Quinn stick around because that is kind of what saved Quinn with Tucker last week. But now Tucker's mistakes catching up to him, Angela's mistakes catching up to her. It will be Angela, Tucker, and MJ on the block come Thursday to fight it out in the AI arena. And I'll talk a bit more about that either later or the next time I record a video because I also need to talk about T-Core and Tucker's relationship and this full-on embrace in the HOH room for about 15 minutes where they're embracing. Tucker's massaging her, rubbing her, the same Tucker that's supposed to be in a showmance with Rubina, the same T-Core that has a boyfriend outside of the house. Now, I'm not saying this was that scandalous by any means, but it was definitely giving me more chemistry than Tucker and Rubina. Now, Rubina's gotten a lot of hate, mostly for her age. I mean, I don't understand that. Me and Rubina are around the same age. She's allowed to have emotions when it comes to Tucker. And I like them. I do think they do have chemistry. There's something missing between them for me to be like, I can ship this. But I hardly ship a showmance on this show regardless. But Tucker and T-Core were giving me soap opera. And anybody that's been on this channel long enough knows I love a good soap opera. And so there's been some people online shipping these two, saying they're into each other, and I've kind of just brushed it aside Even though I do know that Tucker is into T-Core. He said that in the very beginning of the game, that if T-Core was single, that would be his type, but she's not. But I think this embrace today was interesting because T-Core felt like she hurt Tucker with this whole nominating Angela because he wanted her to put up Leah. And when Tucker found out that T-Core was hurt by Tucker's reaction, he immediately went up to the HOH room. And that's when this embrace, this 15-minute embrace, rubbing all up on each other, happened. It was just very intimate for two people that don't have these kind of long conversations. T-Core is not one to talk to Tucker. As we all know, she's been afraid, it seems like, to do it for a while. Maybe she's afraid because she feels the chemistry. I don't know. I think there could be some guilt there into why T-Core sometimes seems to be afraid to talk to Tucker. But at first it seemed like Tucker was going to be mad at T-Core, but that lasted less than an hour after that 15-minute embrace. Earlier, right before I started recording, Tucker was trying to sleep and Angela came up on him and they seemed to be arguing. Tucker walked off. As I said, I think Tucker is over Angela. Frankly, I'm kind of over Angela as well. I would go so far as to say that MJ and her bad gameplay is neck and neck as entertaining as Angela's spiral with paranoia. If you've watched the feeds a lot over the past week, MJ always has these theories. 99% of them are wrong. It's honestly giving Angela energy. The good thing about MJ though is that some people will listen to her and take it seriously. Whereas Angela, because of the way she's been this entire game, nobody really takes her seriously. So yeah, it's still kind of fun to see her spiral. And where Angela is better at entertainment than MJ is that Angela is just so damn theatrical and dramatic. But MJ actually has people that will listen to her, so her bad theories actually carry a little bit of weight. Her newest theory is that the original have-not alliance between Quinn, Chemo, Cam, and Tucker is the real secret alliance going on in the house. And that has some of the girls considering that, and some of the girls now wanting to once again go to that all-women's alliance. They're supposed to have a girls' night tonight, and we'll see what happens with that. I mean, I am fatigued with all the alliance making. But as I said, I believe yesterday or the day before, I will 100% take all these alliance variants over one dominant, boring alliance where people are okay to be on the bottom of a dominant alliance and then get kicked off because they didn't play the game. It's why I just can't hate on T-Core. Honestly, her and Chemo just continuously blowing up alliances is one of the most entertaining things I've seen on Big Brother in over a decade. Yeah, the fights this season have been fun. Tucker and his bold gameplay is also fun. Angela's paranoia was fun before. But the funnest thing for me, because I actually enjoy the gameplay of these games and not just the drama, has been T-Core and Chemo. They are messy. Yeah, they talk in circles. It's kind of why I like that Rubina has been added to the group. Because even though Rubina doesn't actually give her own opinions, when Rubina's in a conversation with T-Core or Chemo or both of them, she's good at getting them to decide on their decisions, in my opinion. Because she will just agree with them most of the time. But it kind of reassures both Chemo and T-Core about their decisions. When T-Core and Chemo are by themselves, they will kind of just talk in circles and repeat the same things over and over. Not that that doesn't happen with Rubina too, but I do like that Rubina's been added to that group because it has made T-Core less annoying to me. Chemo is good at aspects of this game too. He is good at sussing things out. It's just the crush on Tucker that nauseates me. But I do love the fact that T-Core and Chemo continuously flip alliances on their heads. Joseph has caught on to it, but I don't know if he'll really do anything about it. He was missing the past 24 hours because of his punishment. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling now, so I'm going to end here. I don't know when my next video will be, but I do want to say I am enjoying how everyone is finally playing the game. I think the last day and a half has been great. It's fun to see Chelsea once again showing that she's the best strategist in that house, manipulating Leah and MJ. But then you have Leah, who actually has a good social game and has people who want her around, utilizing that. MJ and all her theories kind of getting in people's heads. Angela once again spiraling. Tucker, I don't like his pathetic crying after this, like he wants to quit the game again. That's definitely the most annoying part of the day. I still would rather Angela go over him, in my opinion, even though I think Tucker going does blow up the game, and I think it's anyone's game if Tucker leaves this week. I'm just kind of over Angela, to keep it real. But yeah, T-Core has been a great HOH. Not necessarily great for her game. I don't think she hurt her game that much, though, honestly. I just feel like she was already in a good spot, that she didn't need this HOH. And now she has a little bit of a bigger target. Is it bigger than Chemo's if she and Chemo are on the block? I don't think it is yet. Quinn, I hate the simping for Leah. I am over that too. I will give no more excuses to Quinn, not that I really have. But I was starting to kind of hope Quinn can redeem himself. Now I want him nowhere near the final 6. Just get Quinn out, please. We don't need another terrible winner like Jag. And that's what Quinn would be, in my opinion. Lastly, a new episode of Online Survival 4, my online version of Survivor, is on tomorrow night. Please watch. Right here on this channel.